Yo, actually did not want to make this video today, just wasn't up for it, but I figured that it's not about me, it's about you. It's about helping others. So here we go. Talking to you today about motivation and why you should basically fuck the morning routine and just get straight to work when you wake up in the morning. Was gonna take my cold shower this morning that I usually take. And as much as I enjoy them just because you feel so good afterwards, today was one of those mornings where I just wasn't feeling it. And I turned on the water and I stood outside of the shower for like 5 minutes because your brain's powerful and will try to stop you from doing things that, because again, your brain is binary, ones and zeros, survival or death. And so if it senses you're about to do something that is more on the the possibility of death end of the spectrum, like that's why you feel resistance. That's why you feel resistance going up and talking to new people. That's why if you've gone such a long time being in isolation, like that's why your social skills are basically fucked when you go back out. Because your brain, back in the tribe days when we were cavemen, if you went up and talked to the wrong person, like you could get killed. Or if you mated with the wrong person, you could get killed. And so your brain's going to try, we still have that kind of caveman hardwired part of our brain. And so your brain's going to try to stop you from doing things it sees as potentially dangerous for survival reasons. So tried to take my shower this morning, and then I had a thought. I was like, I'm using an awful lot of willpower right now. I ended up skipping it because I thought to myself, you know what? You've been pretty consistent with this. Take a day off. It's fine. But I thought maybe I should just sit down and start fucking working. Just start working, right? Maybe I should fuck the morning routine. Because if you have a big, long morning routine that like some of the stuff takes willpower, on one hand, it'll get the ball, because the last video, remember we talked about momentum and small steps and the big leap by Gay Hendricks. Read that book, by the way. Phenomenal book. But morning routines are good to get momentum, but also you're using a lot of willpower. If your morning routine is too complicated, you're using a lot of willpower. So just sit the fuck down and get to work, honestly. Alex Hormozy talks about this. He just made I think it was a couple weeks ago, he made a reel on his Instagram. He's like, here's why morning routines suck. What do? I pour a cup of coffee, sit the fuck down and get to work. Because a lot of your mental capital is being used in like, I don't know, whatever the fuck you guys do in the morning. I mean, most of you probably don't have a morning routine. You're like, I should get a morning routine. So that's like, now I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to my friends who, you know, they're on their entrepreneurial journey and they're doing the 5 a.m. whatever the fuck. But yeah, so honestly, and especially if you're doing that and then you find it hard to actually kind of get to work and stay focused, fuck the morning routine. Take some of that willpower that you dumped into your, like, I'm gonna get in the cold shower, okay, here I go. Reallocate that. It's like alcohol. Stop drinking alcohol, or at least moderation. Then reallocate, and you're like, oh, I can't afford healthy food. I've talked about this before. Fuck the alcohol. Take that money away from that, reallocate it over to pasture-raised eggs, which are expensive as fuck. So do that. But yeah, just sit down and get to work, especially if you know you have stuff, like if you have a list of things you need to do, if you have something that you're like in the middle of building that is, what's the word? It's well, for lack of a better word, it's like you basically have the foundation already built, and now you're trying to build on top of that a business, a channel, anything, a social circle, networking, whatever. That way you're the most productive in the morning. Your brain is the most productive in the morning. Your brain's firing at 1,000,000 miles a minute when you wake up in the morning. It's at its most powerful state. And so don't let that get dumped into something that's not positive ROI for what you're trying to build. And that's another point. It's like the cold showers are great. Don't stop taking the cold showers if you're doing it. Or if it's easy for you, if you like really enjoy it, keep doing it. It has endless health benefits. Are you kidding? But put all your mental capital into things that have a positive ROI on your life being built. Cold showers are kind of a bonus, okay? They're a bonus. So still do them. They do have a positive ROI, but they don't have a positive ROI on your life panning out how you want it to. Everything you've written down in your journal. Maybe you have a vision board, a vision planner. So yeah, do that. But yeah, and keep up the momentum, okay? So you're still doing small things that are adding up to that bigger thing you need to do at some point in the day. But yeah, so kind of a short video today, but just thought I wanted to throw that out there if you're feeling unmotivated like I was. In fact, I was feeling very unmotivated this whole past month. I thought to myself, what the fuck is wrong with me? Called a friend who usually gives solid life advice. He started multiple businesses. He doesn't like to be named, so I'll keep him low key to respect that. But he was like, bro, don't stop that. Just switch it up. So I'm not stopping the cold showers. I'm just kind of not doing it as much as I used to. And honestly, to the guys in this audience, semen retention helps a lot with this. I know it's difficult. I swear to God, your motivation, in fact, that's the thing about motivation. I've talked about this before also. Motivation is such horse shit. You just need discipline. Just again, robotically go through the motions, okay? Even if you got to turn on the cold shower, if you have trouble doing that, just stand there. Like the process of you standing in the cold shower with the water running, you're already training your brain to start going that way in the morning. But if you find it really, really difficult to do and you have something more important that you can allocate that mental capital into, then do that more important thing, which would be your work. Okay? So, but don't make this an excuse to get away from doing the extra stuff that actually is good for you. If you're new at this, it's like cold showers, I think, are, just as an example, I think have more benefit when you're just starting out, but then after you've been doing it a while, you're doing the whole book reading thing, you're whatever, you're going to the gym, you can kind of start easing off the gas on those supporting things to get you going, to get you to have you you're diving into your self-development journey. Once you're at a pretty solid level, you can ease off the gas with those things and start putting more of that mental energy into your work. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. Yeah, that's it. We're at about 9 minutes now. So hope this helps. Have a good day.